This is lesson 2.3, solving equations with variables on both sides of the equal sign. We are not going to go over the warm-ups. If you have any questions about the warm-ups, feel free to go to the PACE lab or come in and see me. Today, as I said, we're talking about solving equations that have coefficients on both sides of the equal sign. Remember, a coefficient is a number with a letter. A constant is a number without a letter. So far we've looked at how to solve equations, just like in the warm-ups, where you have a number and a letter, plus or minus a number without a letter, and equal to a number without a letter. Now we're going to talk about what you do when you have a number with a letter on both sides of the equal sign. The number one thing you cannot do is you cannot go, oh, 7 minus 8 is -1, so I'm just going to put a -1x here. That is not the way to solve this. Just like you would not say, oops, that does not equal 6. It equals 10. You would not say, oh, 6 plus 10 is 16, so 4 equals 16. You cannot add numbers if they're on different sides of the equal sign. You can only add numbers that are on the same side of the equal sign. However, you can do the opposite to move it, and that's what we're going to do. Just like we moved numbers without letters, constants, we're going to move numbers with letters. So I want to move the 7x. So I make it a -7x because on the left side it's positive, so when I move it to the right side it has to become negative. Now, why would I move the 7x and not move the -8x? Well, if I move the -8x, I set this to 0, and my constant still is not separated from my coefficient. I have to get numbers with letters on one side, numbers without letters on the other side. So this cancels, gives me -45 equals -15x. So now I've accomplished the first step. My coefficients, numbers with letters, are on one side. My constant is on the other. Now how do I solve for x? How do I separate the -15 from the x? Well, this is multiplication, so that means I'm going to divide by the exact same number. -45 divided by -15 is 3. My -15's cancel. That equals x. It's that simple. You move numbers with letters just like you move numbers without letters. So 2, 3, and 4 you should be able to do. Let's look at 4 though. 4, you can start any way you want. You don't have to move a letter. Over here, because this C, 16C, is all by itself, you want to move this one over here because that's going to separate your constants and your coefficients. Because this 5B is all by itself, you want to move this over here because that separates your constants from your coefficients. Here, it doesn't matter. I can move a constant or a coefficient. This is what I tell you to do, because when we get into solving for inequalities, this makes it easier. I suggest you always move the smallest coefficient first. That is the smallest number with a letter. Now, as we know, the bigger the negative, the smaller the value. So -5 is smaller than -2. Now watch what that does for me. If I add 5a to both sides, that means that I have -2 plus 5, which is 3a. Keep my equal sign aligned. Please make sure you put the line down the middle. Now, have I used this 12 yet? No. So I put my 12 here. Now, here's the tricky part. What is the sign of 3a? Is it positive or negative? Well, when you have two numbers that have different signs, you subtract. 5 minus 2 is 3. Always keep sign a larger number. 5 is positive, so this 3 has to be positive. If you bring this negative sign down, you're going to get the wrong answer. This canceled out over here, -9. Now, this constant is still on the same side as my coefficient, so I have to move it. It's a +12, so I make it a -12 to both sides. It cancels. 3a equals -21. Now, I simply have to divide both sides by 3. My 3's cancel. I'm going to extend my line. A equals -7. Okay? Okay, same thing, same. These are all the same. You have constants and coefficients on both sides. Let's go ahead and try one more. You go ahead, pause the video, do number 12. And then when you start the video back up again, see if you got the right answer. Okay, as you can see, my answer is 1/11 equals x. How did I get that? Well, I added 4x to both sides, because remember I said move the smallest number with a letter first. -4 is the smallest, so I added 4. 7 plus 4 is 11x. I brought down my -6. Your -4x and 4x cancel. I brought down my -5. Then I added 6, because this is a -6. I added 6 to both sides. 6 minus 5 is 1. That equals my 11x. Then I divided both sides by 11. 1/11 equals x. If you did not get that answer, please come in and see me. If you have any other questions, please see me. And thank you. Have a nice day.